So today we're going to go ahead and test grease couplers, $5 all the way up to $55, and try to determine which one is actually the best. I'm going to use my test rig like I did for the grease guns. So we got the test set up here, Porta-Power, 15,000 PSI gauge, there's our connection, and the Makita grease gun. So let's take a quick look at these, get some measurements, and then we'll go from there. I paid $5 off of eBay for it. Now it does say Mr. Lube Tools right here, and it did come with a new seal. Made in China, take and get this diameter of 0.63, and we're going to put the usable length at 1.8 with a max pressure rating of 10,000 PSI. The coil is $16, max PSI of 11,000. Of course, made in China there, and has 6 jaws here. Diameter of 0.59 with a usable length there of 1.33. Orzer, $19, 14,000 PSI, made in China. Some very interesting packaging here. Single lever there, 6 jaw, 0.58 diameter. Usable length, we're going to say 1.38. ThinkWork, $20, max PSI of 12,000, and it's made in China. Again with that 6 jaw design. Diameter of 0.53 with a usable length of 1.5. Holt, $22, coming in with the lowest max PSI of only 6,000 and is made in India. 3 jaws, diameter of 0.67, and we're going to put the usable length at 1.8. MSRP of $25, 12,000 PSI max, made in China. 3 jaw there. So diameter wise, we have 0.7, but then it steps up to 0.85 with a usable length of 1.87. Saker, $30, 14,000 PSI, made in China. Now here you can see these are actually identical, so we'll probably only test one. Lincoln, $33 MSRP, 10,000 PSI max, made in India. Kind of a rubber little handle you put on the hose. Diameter there, we're going to say 0.75. Then it steps up to 0.88. Usable length of 2.23. McNaught, $33, 10,000 max rated PSI. It is actually made in Australia. 3 jaws internally there. Now they do sell this also in an XL version, which is a little bit longer, so keep that in mind. With the usable length of 1.33. BlueMax, $34. Now this has the highest rated PSI here of 15,000 and is made in Taiwan. Here you do a 4 jaw design. Diameter of 0.62. Working length of 0.86. Lock and Lube, now this is actually the XL version. I have been using the standard version. $43 here. 10,000 PSI max. Now this one actually comes with a rebuild kit. So if you do wear it out, all you would do is come in here and screw this out and then reinstall the new centerpiece and jaws. And this has a 4 jaw design. Diameter, that's going to be same on this versus the standard, and it's 0.62. Usable length of 2.92. Performance tool, the most expensive out of the bunch at $55 MSRP, and is rated for 10,000 PSI max. It is made in Canada. Definitely a different 4 jaw design there with a quick connect style latch. Diameter of 0.59 and a usable length of 1.59. All right, so from the test results, the Holt here, yeah, definitely gonna have to go for a hard pass on this one. Again, don't care for the rating being so low at 6,000 PSI for max. From the testing here, it leaked right off the bat. I tried to reset multiple times, still leaked. This lever makes it kind of bulky as well. The Lincoln, yeah, I don't really know what the deal was here. Didn't seal well at all. I thought this was going to be a pretty good unit. And it came with this nice little boot here, but yeah, wasn't sealing for me. Now the cheap eBay $5 buy here, it did kind of work until you got above 5,000 PSI, and then it did start to leak. Overall, I would probably stay away from it unless you really need a budget buy, but I was quite surprised it even held up to 5,000 PSI. Now the Ake oil, it didn't leak. I definitely would be a little concerned with these jaws though. It was a little bit harder to put on the grease fitting. And durability wise would be a question, just like the airs are here. Pretty much the same build as you can see, just different lever mechanisms. Same thing with the ThinkWorks, same style jaws. One thing I will say, this does have the smallest diameter. And it held up against 11,000 PSI. Now the Azuno, same thing as the Saker here, same design. This as well held up to 11,000 PSI. I did find pushing that lever there took quite a bit of force versus the rest. And remember about this diameter, at least on my equipment, the loader here, it worked. On the excavator tolerance there, trying to get to that Zerk in the pin, it's pretty tight. So just be aware of that. Depending on what equipment you're looking at greasing, that could possibly be a concern. Lumax, now it did start to leak at 10,800 PSI. So if you don't want to fight a spring, this would be the one to go with, or the performance tool. But here it's just a simple lever action. And I was surprised that it actually did hold. McNaught did quite well. If you're looking for something with a smaller diameter that seems to be high quality, I would have to recommend this. Again, you can get this in a longer barrel. The only issue I had was with locking and more so unlocking here off the Zerk. But another thing to keep in mind, again, it is made in Australia and not China or Taiwan or India. So, performance tool. This one surprised me. I thought by looking at it, yeah, that was never going to seal or hold. But it held up to 11,000 PSI there without any leaks. I do definitely think for getting into tight spaces, this might be the go-to because you have no lever. All you do is have just that quick release there. You can easily get things like PTO shafts, stuff like that. But my overall pick is going to be Lock and Lube. I've been using this one for a year. Haven't had any issues with it. Now, on the tester there, it did leak when we got up to that 11,000 PSI. That being said, it is only supposed to be rated for 10,000 PSI, so take that as you will. By specs, it is working as it's supposed to. Now, the barrel size isn't as small as the McNaught, but it is smaller than some of the other competition. I think what makes these more the ideal pick is the ability to rebuild them, and when you buy it, it comes with one rebuild. So overall, I think it really comes down to preference in this scenario, depending on application as well. So I put this table together. If you want to pause it right here, range by MSRP with that diameter, usable length, max PSI tested, and of course, if it leaked or not. So let me know in the comments below your experiences with any of these couplers. Hopefully you found this video useful. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.